Absolutely.
All right, man. 15 minutes of fame.
Oh shit.
Welcome to the Shut Up and Talk Show.
Oh shit.
You know, it's like every time I say I got a special guest, you know, it's always a special guest. But I don't know how long it took me to get this guy to sit down over there in that chair, man, and be here in the building. My man, Big K.
King of New York.
King of New York. And you
Great. Still the king. Still the king.
I want to talk about that. Let me jot that down so I
Yeah.
don't forget to talk about the King of New York, right? Mm-hmm. But the first thing I want to do, man, is I want to you up here, man. You came up here from Virginia, man.
That's right.
And yesterday, man, we put to rest, man.
Yeah.
Good friend of both of ours, man.
That's right.
Fort Mark, the 45 King.
The one and only.
The one and only, man. We both was able to be blessed with his presence and talk with him and hang out with him. I known him a lot longer than you did, but you seem to, as of late, probably spent a lot more time, you know, than most.
Yeah, that's my
technically.
That's my
so, for y'all that don't know, man, Mark, the 45 King, he is the one that introduced us to Latifah, the flavor unit. All of that was born in his basement, Stuyvesant Avenue in Irvington.
Crazy.
And he did Stand for Eminem. He did Hard Knock Life for Jay-Z. Did countless remixes and, you know, Apache. Like, he's responsible for so much.
Let me clear my throat.
The 900
What we talking
number.
about here? We talking about Madonna. We talking about David Bowie. We talking about like.
You just said Madonna
and David Bowie and Jay-Z and Eminem.
And then you throw Mark the 45 King right in the middle of all that. Rest in peace, my brother.
Rest in beats to the
Rest
legendary.
in beats. I like
Rest in beats to the legendary.
Rest in peace to the legendary
The GOAT,
Mark the 45 King. When I would call, if he called me, if I call him, I see him, I always say Marcus, and he hated it. From Boomerang.
Yeah.
Say Marcus, motherfucker. But again, man, I even mentioned, man, like he was talking about doing the battle rap movie.
Yep.
You know, and again, you know, it started with you.
Yeah, it's
right?
it was crazy. I got a call like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how long ago it was. It was over 10 years, but I know like over 10 years ago. Well, first I got like a DM and a follow. I'm like, yo, this Mark the 45 King. Good luck with your upcoming projects. Anybody that knows that's what he says. That's what he says to everyone. That's what he says. I seen Just Blaze made a tweet about it. Like, yo, he would just hit me every week and say, good luck with your upcoming projects. That's it. He would just call me and say that.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, that's what he did. And I was like, all right, let me look up and see who this is. And then you see his discography and his work. You like, bro, nah, this person trolling. This ain't a real person. There's no way. There's no way. This, you know what I'm saying? This guy that did all of this is like, yo, I fuck with you.
Just randomly. Right.
So then I end up start chopping it up with him and shit, and he was just like, got this idea for a battle rap movie I'm trying to put together. I'd like you to star in it, but and you know, it never really came to fruition. But just the fact that, you know, in his mind I was the chosen one, as he say. Like, he would say that shit all the time. Like, even at the funeral yesterday, like, man, people I never met would just come up to me like, yo, he talked about you all the time. I know who you are and all that. You know, it's surreal. You know, it's surreal.
I remember when he first asked me, he was like, you know, Big K, because he knew I did the battle rap shit. He was like, you know, Big K. I'm like, hell yeah. No.
And he don't like nobody. That's the thing about, you know what I mean, 45. Like, everybody know that. He don't like rapper. He never liked one rapper I tried to introduce him to. Like, I never tried, he didn't like it. So, you know,
and
I don't know.
For him to fuck with you the way he did was like, wow.
Special.
And literally talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just glad we got to do like the making the beat thing in his house and shit. I got a lot of footage from me and him just messing around and
fire.
We never, you know, I got some 45 King beats. I might, you know, it might be some 45 King and Big K music, and who knows, might be.
That would be nice.
It's a lot of stuff. So, you know, I'm just glad I got the opportunity to be his friend. You know.
100%, man.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Great guy. Great guy, man. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Marcus.
The legend.
So you learned how to rap in jail, so nobody would fuck with you and beat you up?
Never. No.
You know that some people their talent allows them to float in jail.
You can. I mean, realistically, I was 17, so like I tell people all this shit the whole time. It wasn't like I did them 3 years and I was the big dog. When I was young, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers kind of had pity for me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not like. Plus, I always been a little bit smarter, so I would just see what people, you know, that was getting in bad situations, what they was doing to get in those. So when you younger, you watching shit, and then plus, I'm in there doing 3 years. There's another dude in there doing like 70 years. You know what I'm saying? And he looking at me like, damn, this 17-year-old white boy. They sending his ass up the road. They ain't playing with nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they burn you know what I'm saying? So, but I started rapping when I was 11. You know, I always rapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, battling was just a part of rapping. You couldn't say you was a rapper if you didn't battle. There's no way a person be like, yeah, my man, he rap, he nice. And then you know somebody that nice too. Motherfuckers want to hear that shit.
Right, because back
now
then,
it's a battle.
Battling wasn't all about, you know, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna kill you. It was just, I rap better than you.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're 11. What year is that?
Oh, you trying to get me to how old I am?
Nah.
Yeah, you is. Yeah, you is.
We don't have to, but it's all right though. 11,
like 2019.
Do you remember the first rap you wrote?
No.
No? Most people don't. Mook remembered them.
Sure.
Word for word, Mook knew the first rap he ever wrote.
I'm so sick of this shit. How do you know that was the first? Nobody knows. He didn't say anything, but I still remember.
That's what he said.
Right now.
He knew the first. And he recited. I gotta put it up somewhere on my channel.
The very first one, no. But I do remember this, though. I remember being young and rapping around like being like 11 and rapping around like the 16, 17, 18-year-olds on the block, you know what I'm saying? And then not being that good, like hearing them and being like, wow, these motherfuckers is good. And then I had got in trouble even at 11 years old and shit, you know what I mean? And I had got put on house arrest for a year. So the whole time I was on house arrest for a year.
Before you were 17?
Yeah, this one I was 11, 12 years old. I was on house arrest. Yeah, it's no bullshit.
When you mentioned locked up,
Virginia's I had a probation officer and everything. Like 11, 12 years old, I had a probation officer. I was going to see it right on Little Creek where it used to be the Kmart at. If anybody from there, they know it ain't there no more. It used to be an old Kmart right there at Little Creek. And used to have a probation officer behind there. It used to be like something for the streets program, some program, some shit. When you get in trouble at school and they can't do nothing with you, now they putting your ass on probation. You know what I'm saying? I was on house arrest for a year as a young man. So I remember this whole year.
House arrest at 11.
Right. So I remember this whole year, 11, 12 years old, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that, one of them ages. But I remember just fucking around, writing more, you know what I mean, just writing in the crib. And then I want to say this is around like the internet, like forum era, like message board era. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when people was on message board, like way back, long time ago. So the text battles and shit like that. You know, people just typing, you know what I mean? So I was just fucking around with that shit. And then I remember rapping when I come off house arrest after a year and I got all these raps and all this shit and I'm rapping, and then the same dudes that I was rapping around was like, oh no, he bit that. He stole that from somebody. And I'm like, no, I got another one. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, shit. Hey, you keep fucking with that shit.
Was that, you know, fire?
Yeah. Because like I tell people that shit all the time, bro. I felt like I was the best when I was like a teenager, for real. I couldn't stop writing raps.
Wow.
It was like you discovering you got a power or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know. But and then as you get older, your brain get fried.
Was it
Especially
somebody
when you smoking this good ass dope all the time? You know?
Yeah, I smoked that shit out. Done.
Nah, we smoked a big one yesterday.
I ain't smoked shit.
You did.
No, I did.
It's all. Oh damn, we on camp. My bad.
That's a fact. I'm on parole. I'm on parole officer to see this. Was it somebody or something that inspired you? Like, was it, you know, were you listening to rap music, or was it the kids in the neighborhood?
Well, I mean, bro, every schools, all the schools I went to, the people I was hanging around, everybody was rapping. Like, all of us was trying to get these instrumental beat tapes, the J Arms tapes back then, to get going to the mixtape shop, Flavor for You across, you know what I mean, across the fucking city, going to Flavor for You or going to Music City or going to Hot Butters. You know, you might not know these names, but they'll know. You just going there because this is when like the only way to get the mixtapes was to like go to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like the mixtapes was a New York up top thing.
Right.
But then you had dudes that was getting them from there and bringing them to Virginia and selling them out these stores. You know what I'm saying? That would be the only way you could really get your instrumentals at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta go get these. It wasn't like the internet where you could just download and, you know, get all of the instrumentals. You had to get them from these, you know,
all that shit now, right?
Yeah. The hell was we talking about?
Yo, we had to get in. We didn't have instrumentals. We'd rap over songs.
Yeah, people used to do that or whatever, but you know, like
there's no such thing. Right?
Oh yeah, that's what you said. What was I inspired by? Yeah, all of that shit. It was everything was going on. The people around me, I was really inspired by the guys. You know what I mean? I grew up like my friends. You know what I'm saying? People that I consider like my bros. They was inspiring me, just rapping with the homies, you know.
Oh, they rap too.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you the best? Like, did they consider you the best?
Nah, I didn't think I was the best.
No, not then.
Yeah.
They evidently they thought you were at least good. You know?
For sure.
So,
I always think you good and shit. But
where does the it's a ghost in this?
Bro, that's crazy.
Right?
How the hell the refrigerator door just opened? That's wild.
That'd be funny. That would be real funny if it was on camera, right?
Mark, man.
Mark. You want some of that Bel Air?
Yeah.
I don't even think I ever saw Mark drink, man.
Nah, he ain't with
Shit.
that. He don't drink.
Just
smoke a little bit of weed, man.
Smoke
like a real
lot of bit of weed.
All you need,
man. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. That's funny, man. So where did? What's the first time you actually recorded something you wrote?
I was probably like 12, 13. I recorded myself with a little bullshit mic on the computer. And then after that, I really got good. It used to be this program called Cool Edit Pro.
Never
way back in the day. This before like Fruity Loops and all that shit. Maybe Fruity Loops might have been out at the time. I don't know. But I was fucking with that shit. I used to record myself in that joint. And I had got like so good with like fucking with the vocals and shit. I would record the homies too. Like everybody would just, you know, would fucking be in there in the room, freestyle a whole goddamn tape. Record the shit, just ride around and, you know, listen to these shits. Just fucking around as a young man. And then I started going to like professional studios. And then when I was like, I don't know, probably like 15 or something, I had linked up with Levi Little from Blackstreet because he from the area.
Don't know the
so
name.
he had
no
little,
Blackstreet.
Yeah, he had a little studio, so I was fucking around with him.
A lot of people in Virginia though, man.
Bro.
Pharrell and Missy and them, and I was like, shit, man. A lot of music.
It's a hub, yo. It's a lot of shit that come from Virginia, not just music, like talent. If you like all of the game changing shit from athletes to rappers to beat makers to fashion to, man, it's everything you could think of come from Virginia.
So when you hook up with Levi, what is that situation?
That's the studio I was going to. You know what I'm saying? Just like a.
Oh, it's not like
just the difference of me. No, yeah, just the
Got
difference of me recording myself to going to like a professional, just like the transition.
Right.
What I'm just showing.
Are you amped? Because I remember the first time, like I
thought I was on. You know that?
Yeah, I told you the first time I ever recorded was Mark's basement. But when I went into a studio where there's a booth, this big board and all that,
right.
I was like, yo,
that's how I felt. Like I still remember I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I remember at that age when I was fucking with Levi and at that studio, and somebody came through there and I did an interview and they asked me where do I see myself in 5 years. Mind you, I'm like 15.
Somebody
I still remember.
Interviewed you?
Right, yeah,
Damn.
I still remember the dumbass shit I said. I was like, in 5 years, I'll be on an island, bunch of bitches, millions of dollars, all this shit. I thought I was on. You know, first time you go in one of them real studios, put the headphones on and shit, you got another person recording you throughout the glass doing like this and shit.
Right, it's a
like,
different feeling.
It's time. Especially,
I made it.
Yeah.
Even though you paying
especially
for the
in our era, you know, this was in like 81, so. That was, you remember that year was. That was a crazy year.
I remember that year.
Yeah. I was like 15.
You was 15. 81. Yeah. I'm figuring out your age as we go. It's not that important to me, but it's just, it's just happening because you mentioned the years and shit. And again, that's it. Not do you have the bug now, right? Like this shit is, I'm lit. I'm in the studio.
I mean, not just that. It's like this whole time when I'm going to these schools and like hanging around these groups of people and going from different neighborhoods to neighborhoods or whatever. Like I'm always rapping. Everybody know me from rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like even before I was Big K, I was Big K. You know what I'm saying? I was Young K. I was K. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a made up rap name. Like that's why people like, oh, your name's really creative, Big K. Like, yeah, it's not a fucking, I don't have a rap name, bro. I didn't sit around and call myself like, yo, it's fucking Draco Danny. Yo, it's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Tony Two Hammers. Like, I don't sit around in my room and make up a fucking rap name, bro. It's my name, bro. So I was always rapping. You know what I mean? I had the bug since young. It didn't take me getting in the studio. Like, I always just wanted to get paid from rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, at that age when you're young, you like, oh, I'm gonna be the next whoever. I'm gonna get these millions. I'm gonna be the greatest rapper of all time. But essentially, I just wanted to get paid to rap. The thought of you creating something and making some money and not having to work a dead-end job every day. That when that's all you see around you and there's nobody winning, doing what they call the American dream. Everybody you seeing looking around you is working themselves to the bone, from your family to your friend's family to everybody in your neighborhood, and there's no wins. You seeing no wins. So once I see something different, it's like, all right, you either gonna do the sports shit, sell dope, but it ain't even at a young age. You seeing that ain't no winning shit. It ain't like it's it's very rare you'll catch like the motherfuckers who just been in it forever and it's just. That shit always ends tragic. You know what I'm saying? It always does.
Very few people actually are successful drug dealers or criminals or whatever you want to call it.
So once you find an avenue and it's like, okay, I could just do this. Yeah, that's when I caught the bug. Like,
and okay. That's possible because by then I'm sure you're listening to the Coogee raps and the the Big Daddy Kanes and shit like that.
No, that's a little bit before my era to keep.
Is it?
Like, I got into Coogee rap a little later. Like when I really started.
Oh, my bad. You 80s. No, you said what?
No, listen. When I really start consuming, like music to where I can like understand it, and I'm like catching everything, is around like the Biggie Pac era. Biggie Pac.
Is that 2000?
Nah. What? 2000? Like 94 or something? 90 something like that?
95, 94.
94, right? 95, 90, somewhere around there. That's when I'm really like, okay, now I know what's going on. But like the era like Coogee rap and Big Daddy Kane, I figure like that's a little bit before that. Like the Rakim era. That's like
90. That's 89, like late 80s. 90.
That's late 80, like 88, 89. 88. 88. Something like that. Yeah. So 88 to 94, 95 is different.
Oh, definitely different era.
Yeah.
My favorite era is from like 88 to like 96 or some shit.
Now when I really like at the age where I'm out here going crazy and listening to music as a young man and watching the shit that matter, it was just like the Rockefeller D-Block era. Then it went to the G Unit. You know what I'm saying? Like that was that era. That's how I ended up going to jail when I was 17. Listening to that shit when you were a teenager. Listening to all that shit. Man, you out of control. And you looking for a reason to do something anyway.
Bang,
and it's everybody that you with on the same shit too. Oh man, it's no different.
Hilarious.
Hey.
When does battle rap come in? Like when is your first time you actually battle somebody?
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!